Welcome back, everyone. We're here to help you get informed quickly, looking at interesting sources.
And as usual, we've been browsing the AI agent store. It's just such a useful spot for finding tools.
Definitely. Today, we stumbled across something called AgentAuth on there, and we wanted to explore what the listing page actually tells us about it.
Right. So the plan is, based only on that page, let's figure out what AgentAuth is, what problem it's trying to solve in the AI agent world, and who might find it useful.
Okay, let's get into it. The description right at the top calls it an authentication layer specifically for AI agents.
Yeah, and that sounds simple, but the why is interesting. Think about AI agents needing to actually do stuff for you.
Like checking your email,
Hmm.
or maybe adding something to your calendar.
Exactly. Or pulling info from Salesforce or posting to Slack. To do any of that securely, the agent needs to prove it has your permission for each app.
Oh, okay.
And the listing says AgentAuth helps agents securely connect to over 250 different applications on behalf of a user.
So the problem is basically managing all those logins for
Yeah.
developers, I mean. Connecting an agent to potentially dozens of different services must be complex.
That's precisely it. The page highlights that it simplifies this whole authentication mess. It supports common ways software talks securely, like Oath 2.0, API keys, JWT.
The usual suspects for secure connections.
Right, so developers don't have to become experts in the specific, sometimes quirky authentication methods of every single app. AgentAuth sort of handles that translation layer.
Gotcha. And something else that jumped out from the page, it mentions built-in support for some big agent frameworks. LangChain, CrewAI, Llama Index.
Yeah, that's a key feature listed. If you're building your agent using one of those toolkits, AgentAuth apparently provides the plumbing needed to connect to things like Gmail, Slack, Salesforce, Google Calendar.
Without the developer needing to manually write all the code for each connection's security handshake.
Exactly. It removes that big chunk of repetitive, often tricky work. The listing also mentions a unified dashboard
Oh, for.
for developers to see which users have connected which accounts through their agent. Useful for, monitoring things, troubleshooting if something goes wrong.
Makes sense. And does it handle the annoying stuff like when access tokens expire and need refreshing?
Yeah.
That can be a real pain point.
Automatic token management is specifically called out. The page actually connects this automation engine, the workflows, the integrations, the token handling to its autonomy level.
Autonomy level.
Yeah, it's listed as 87% on the site. Based on their criteria, that number suggests how much it does automatically, with minimal developer intervention needed.
Okay, so by taking care of all this complex but necessary security stuff.
It lets the developers focus on the actual AI part, the agent's intelligence, its core tasks, rather than just getting the login part right for every tool.
Right, so who does the page say this is actually for?
It lists quite a few. Software developers, obviously, AI engineers, people specializing in automation, startup teams, and even enterprise integration teams.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Anyone building AI agents that need to talk to other software.
And the use cases listed on the page reinforce that. Things like building agents needing secure access to multiple apps,
Streamlining authentication across different services.
integrating agents with CRMs or communication tools.
Basically enhancing what agents can do by letting them use other tools seamlessly. And managing permissions, too, it says.
Yeah, that whole package. It seems aimed at making agents more capable of acting in the digital world, not just chatting.
Looking at the other details on the listing,
Yeah.
it's categorized under workflow automation agents.
Okay.
Pricing is freemium.
So probably a free tier to try it out.
Right. It's closed source, has a 66% popularity score on the site,
Okay.
and serves industries like software development, business automation, customer service, marketing, and sales. The tags also line up authentication, AI integration, OAuth, API management, developer tools. No surprises there.
It sounds very focused on that specific technical challenge. Did the page mention anything else? Comparisons, maybe?
It did, yeah. There's a section for comparing AgentAuth, and it specifically mentions comparing it with InterVI or other agents.
Okay, standard comparison feature. What about user feedback? Sometimes those pages have community comments.
It mentions community opinion, says there are positives and negatives from Reddit discussions, but you need premium access on the site to see the full details.
Oh, okay.
But it does give one specific positive example they pulled out. It talks about someone using Composio, which sounds like it might be related or does a similar thing.
Lovely.
And they were able to integrate with over 100 services, and Composio handled all the authentication and authorization stuff smoothly.
So that little snippet kind of illustrates the core benefit, right? Not having to build and maintain all those individual connections yourself.
Exactly. The page also points to sections for finding other similar AI agents, and apparently there's an AgentAuth video too.
Got it.
So, bringing this back to you, the listener, why should you care about, well, authentication middleware for AI agents? It sounds pretty technical.
Well, yeah, it is technical, but it's solving a really fundamental problem. Think about it. For AI agents to become truly useful assistants that can do things across all the apps we use.
Your email, your project tools, your CRM.
They need a secure and easy way to connect. Tools like AgentAuth, by simplifying this connection process, are basically unlocking the potential for agents to perform a much wider range of tasks.
So it's less about the agent just knowing things and more about it being able to act on your behalf within your digital environment.
Precisely. It removes a major technical barrier. It helps bridge the gap between conversational AI and truly active AI agents.
Okay, that makes sense. So the main point about AgentAuth, from this listing anyway, is that it tackles that crucial but difficult job of connecting agents securely and easily to all the other software out there.
Streamlining a complex technical hurdle so developers can build more powerful agents faster?
So a final thought then. As tools like this become more common, smoothing out these integrations, how is that going to change the way we build AI agents and maybe more importantly, how we interact with them day to day?
That's definitely something to think about. The potential impact is pretty significant.
Indeed. Well, thanks for exploring the AgentAuth listing with us. You can find tools like this and more over at aiagentstore.ai.
Yeah, check it out. And if you found this conversation useful, we'd really appreciate it if you took a moment to rate the show. Helps others find it.